Good morning, good morning. It's almost afternoon. Here with Tradecaster. Okay, get ready for some action here. No, we're not watching Heartland. Come on, what's going on here? Oh, shoot. My mistake. There we go. Okay, get ready. That's what we've been waiting for. Sorry about that. I was watching a little Heartland while I was watching the trades this morning, listening to Deck. Let's put this on high definition. Welcome, everybody. And I'm just watching. Let me just fix this. Like I said, it wasn't. Okay, let's bring this up to about there. We go. I was listening to Deck with the trend lines, which I totally agree with. As you see, the only difference is I change my trend lines so it doesn't give you your daily all the time. It gives you the active step. But there's nothing wrong with having that trend line, which he's talking about. So if we were to go look right now and put this in about a 3 minute, all right, we could actually, but our trend would be all up. That's the problem. So our trend line would be an uptrend. Let's see. Take a low point of about here. Look at that this morning. Didn't even see that. Just look at that. Somebody was really testing 26,000. Okay, so we have really from here. Okay, and let's cancel the left. Our trend's all up. Even if we did a lower trend, let's see how that would look. I still see it from about here. Here to about there. Okay. Cancel the left. That gives us more of a trend now. Okay. Watching the SPY. I'm so flipped out on watching how high the SPY has been lately. Talking to myself because nobody's here. All right. All right. Good, good, good. 3 people. I want to welcome everybody over on YouTube. Just let me sign in real quick. Rid of some of this other stuff. I want to keep that. All right, let me just sign in. Then we'll get the ball going here. There we go. All right. Good morning. Good morning. We had 3. Now we got 2. Okay, let me just let everybody know in Deck's room. I announced that I'd be live at 12. I guess a lot of people are waiting to hear. I think Powell's going to speak this afternoon. Is that what I heard this morning? Let's see. Desktop options. Okay. There we go. How was everybody? Had a good 4th of July here? I wanted to watch this video I put aside here. I want to save it. It's on supply and demand. It's very interesting. There's a lot of people trading now with a concept. I don't know how new it is. Supply and demand. So I'm gonna go check that out. I didn't get a chance this weekend, but I think it's something worth looking into. If it's working for people, it's just another tool, that we can use. All right, this morning, let's see what we got in here. It's Rivian. Okay, I was looking at Rivian. It was up 30 cents. I'm gonna get rid of that one, and then I got here OPRA, which is still up over about $1.60. And let's see, Joby. Wow, it's up 50 cents. It's from, I think, last week. OPRA. What else? That's it. Okay. Meta. It's up $8.65. NVIDIA is up $2. SPY is down right at the moment, 54 cents. And the SPX is down $2. Which tells you it's about 2 to 1 right now on SPX to the SPY. Okay. Let's see what we got going here. I can't stand these pop-ups anymore. They're really getting to me. I can't wait till they go away. Every time you get in. All right, let me just do one thing. Anybody else get that feeling, you know, every time you pop in? Okay. Lobbies. When does it stop? I guess AK's not here. I haven't heard from him this morning. All right, what else? No one. Somebody disappeared. Somebody's gone. I'm looking in the down in the streamers. Somebody disappeared. Who is it? Somebody's gone. Caesar's here. Next trading. Yeah, somebody's gone. I wish Juan would come back. Looks like you got 3 people in there right now. Maybe he is back. Huh. That's very strange. Only reason people would be in there is if he went live again. Would have liked to have seen that. And let's see, 702. All right, that's good. Get that back on here. Okay. Tag that. Right now you can see the SPY's getting a slight pullback. Not much I see. Okay. Got my trend lines in there. And my support is probably right around the VWAP. Let's say that the VWAP right now, I'm going to put it right underneath the VWAP, so I'm not on the same line. And let's see, if I say 20, it might put me right on. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I think it's going to. If it does, it's right below. That's fine. We can see it. So you can see we're getting a little in bearish territory right now. If I took from my bottom of the day, we can see that we have 348. I believe 348.11 is our low of the day. It's correct. 348.11. That would be here. So I'm sorry. Wait a second. How could that be? SPY. That's a 52 week. 441.91. I looked at the 52 week. I go, wow, that can't be. 348. 441.91. I was gonna say I was asleep for a long time. What the heck happened? Bam. There you go. Right from there. And we'll put it to right there. We're still dropping. Cancel. All right, there's my bottom. Let's leave it from the bottom and take this one away right here. Let's remove that drawing for right now. Okay. Let's see what happens here. We need to hold. Right now we are definitely bearish. The SPY is definitely pulling back. I'm also watching Riven, but I tell you what, I don't see much happening on Riven. On my top, I'm going to change that out. I'm going to go take another look at AMD. Anybody sees any stocks that are worth looking at, let me know, and I will move over to take a look at them and check them. And if you have any questions about any stocks, AMD is also pulling back down at the moment. Okay, let me just change a few things. I'm going to activate it, put my resistance at 114.80. Let's say 114.75. Let's see what that leaves me. Yeah, that's good. 114.75. We'll make this, edit this to 113. Let's make it 114. Okay, 114. That's good on AMD. So I'm also watching AMD, and I'm watching Tesla, and I'm watching the SPY, of course. And I think we'll see the SPY pull back up again. Can you give your thoughts on Dial? Okay, on DAL, Delta Airlines, right? That's right, Delta Airlines. It's a good airlines. No, I don't know. I used to fly Delta. All right, let's see. Well, right now, it's not just tech. Other stocks are hitting 52-week highs. This year's old rally, 4 hours, 5 hours ago. Weekends break travel records. Well, there's your answer. Right now, there's a travel. I know they're backed up because there was a lot. There was a lot of flights last week. In fact, my wife was in New York, and actually, she had a Monday flight and couldn't get out till Thursday because of weather conditions. So that gave a what do you call that, like a fizzling reaction across the country, where a lot of domestic flights and probably international flights that were canceled or delayed because of. So right now they're pretty booked. She said that her plane, she was on JetBlue, is booked out. So I would say right now, with a lot of travel during the summer coming right now, I would say that the airlines should do very well, and this is a season for them. So let's say we have days range 47 to 48, so it was up a little. It's still up. It's at its high point right now. I think it might climb even higher. So in answer to your question, stocks, Paulson, I think that the airlines, all of them, not just Delta, might be a very good bet right now. I used to watch Boeing and Delta Airlines and Spirit and Virgin Galactica, but mostly because of Virgin Galactica. I watched more at the time because they were behind the spaceships that were going up from the guy from Tesla. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Who's the guy from Tesla? Elon Musk. So I used to watch that pretty heavily. But there was a time I watched the airlines pretty heavily. So I think they're right there. And let's see. I'm going to run right now, real quick. So Delta looks good at the moment. Let's see what else is going on here. You know, it's nice. I got more people in YouTube watching me right now than I do in Tradecaster. So you're welcome. Any other questions? Listen, I believe in the airlines. I think they've always been a good bet. Whether you're going to short them or whether you're going to go long. The good thing about airlines is that as big as they are, you can do options on them. So, but right now, let me bring it up real quick. If I can get this thing to, I'm in the wrong one. Here we go. Let's just take a quick look at DAL. I think it was going up. It's at a high point. Give me a second. Auto. There we go. Thanks to Pete. Showed me a shortcut on how to get my screen back. So you can see right here, and if I take this into a 3-minute, you'll see we've gone from a low to a high from today. But if you look at the SPY, you see pretty much the same kind of a look. All right, this will be spread out a little bit more. There you go. So you can see it's very, very similar. It's why it's following the SPY, or possibly right now the SPY is following things like the airlines. So if we go into, I'll bring it over real quick. Let's take a quick look at FinViz. And what we're going to do is bring that in here. I'm going to open that up real quick. You can see the Dow is down and the NASDAQ. But if you look at, let's go see if we can find it in here. Because airlines, I believe they're part of, I don't know if they may be part of the Dow. This is the S&Ps. Let's see, utilities. Will be under consumer cycles. I don't know where they are, come to think of it. I don't remember. Somebody else might know. I don't know. It must be on the Dow. I don't see it in here. I mean, we get larger. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah, it must be, like I said, it must be the Dow. I guess it's not the S&Ps. All right, at least I checked, right? You can see today also your top gainers are ALLR, IMBI, which pulled back down. It's penny stock anyway. IMPL, LPTH, and before I did this, I was going to TMC and BTAI. Top stock is probably your ALLR. I was going to bring my scanner over, take a look and see what's coming due on the scanners right now. Looks like a lot of people must be out for lunch. There's only 2 or 3 people in here right now, sadly. AK is not live today, but Active Trader is live for lunch hours. There you go. Thank you, Deck. Let's see. Okay. There you go. Okay. So let's take a look at this right now. We got the SPY, which pulled back. I think we've got some. I think we have our support at the VWAP. As long as we hold this VWAP, it'll probably go back up. I want to see it come back and possibly hit this 444.24, giving us a new higher day. Our SPY right now has a high of 443.89. So we have a little bit of a ways to go. Since we had a pullback, we almost have what looks like a head and shoulders here. So if I open this up a little bit, you'll see it. So it's got a slight head and shoulders here, and that gave us the last shoulder with a pullback. And I think we'll see what happens here now. But we are down like we did. We pulled up the FinViz, which showed us that the Dow is down. Let me just recycle this for a second, refresh it. And you can see everything is down right now, but not a lot. So I want to take a good look, another look at ALLR too. So I'm going to come in here for Dow. Take that out for a second. ALLR. Let's take a look. Okay. And you can see it had its high of day and it's in consolidated mode. It's also a little bearish at this time. So we're going to have to wait and see. I didn't check too much on it. I don't know. If I look at ALLR, let's see real quick. I can tell you, let's see. I'm opening it up on another computer so I can get some information. On ALLR, which is your #1 top gainer at the moment, your float is 19 million. Okay, so you have a 19 million float, and you had news 2 hours ago. So let's go back here. I'll put this in here. ALLR, 19 million float. 2 hours ago. News. And you can go look that up and see what it is if you wish. Okay? And that's important. When the stock is running, there's 3 things you need to know. Okay? That's very important when you're doing day trading in stocks or doing options on stock. Number 1, what's the size of the float? It takes 2 seconds. That's why I get angry when people don't put in, if you look inside where it says ALLR, if they don't put in the proper format. So ALLR, okay, you can see, I put the next thing was 19 million, the size of the float. And then there's news. Because if there's no news and a stock is running hard, usually it's because it has a low float and somebody's trying to push this thing up. So we have what's called a pump and dump. Now, is that good or bad? Pump and dumps can make you a lot of money or lose you a lot of money, depending on where you get in. All right, so if you get the right flow, all right, you get in the right time. So a lot of times what people will do is they'll let a pump and dump pump up to where it gets to a certain point, and then they'll see if they can find shorts for it before that happens, because they know it's going to come back down. And if we look right now, and I think I put it in my, there it is in my list, you can see, so you can see also, but the RSI on ALLR is very low. Usually I put the highest percentage, but there it is, number 2. BDRX I had put in earlier today because it looked like it was moving, and you can see it had not a lot of volume, but look at the RSI. So what does that tell you about BDRX? Let's take a quick look at that, all right? So what I'm going to do real quick is I'll turn this red for a second, put this watch list here, and I'll just hit BDRX, and that'll change it here. And let's do this. Let's put this over there. Oops, too far. Okay. So if you look at BDR, again, it's open. It's not really doing anything at this moment. It's also in consolidation. But if it's got such a high, okay, if I look at this, I have to look up BDR and see what's going on with the actual stock itself. This is important. So let's take a quick look. Let me see which computer. If I do it in here, give me 1 second, and I'm going to bring it up for you. And then I'll show you what I look for. All right. Let's copy this. Let's copy. Let's open up a new one. All right, so you got to wait. I can't show you what I'm doing until I do it. And come on, open. Overview. It didn't open. Let's try another one. Spy. Copy. I need to change. Oh, it's not there. Okay, here we go. Spy. Then I'm going to put in quote lookup for BDRX. I'm going to show you what you do. All right, so now I got that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here so you can see it. All right, so the first thing I do when I see a stock that's running, or let me just put this back to where I can see you guys. All right, great. All right, so the first thing I want to do when I look at anything, I go to statistics. I will open this up, and the first thing I look is float, and you can see there's a 17 million float. I go a backspace, and the next thing I look for is here, 13 days ago. So we can see there's no news right now on ADR, but that's only in Yahoo Finance. There could be some news somewhere else, all right? One of the places that I will look, all right? But you can see today's range, 450 to 570, and right now we're 480, so it is coming back down already. But another thing to look at, let's get rid of this for a second. Another thing to look at is going back to the watch list. And if you go to this watch list, this is a great tool. You can see I have my RSI in my watch list. It shows me at 98%. Now, that doesn't mean it can't go any higher, but it does tell me that eventually, if we look at BDRX a couple days from now, I'll bet you we see this around 75 or 80. So that means you can make money on using RSI. You can take RSI and go from high to low, and then look at stocks. Here's another one, SGTX. Here's another one, F. Well, that's Ford, but these are overbought stocks. All right, and eventually they're going to come back down, especially BDRX. So you can either short BDRX now. You see it says HTB. That's hard to borrow. Doesn't mean it's impossible to borrow. It means it's hard to borrow. Now, I can take a chance and short the stock right now, and if there's shorts available, they'll buy. All right, and I can sit and wait. But if it's more than a day, as long as I'm up, I'd be okay for a day with Thinkorswim, but after that, they could start charging me an interest or a fee on that. So you got to be very careful. You're looking for stocks that are going to change possibly in the same day. So right now, we haven't seen much movement, so we don't know when. But somebody here is sitting with a lot of stock that they've bought, made money on. Now they need to sell it to take their profits, okay? And that's the way I look at using RSI. That's just another lesson on how to utilize your RSI. Do not, with Thinkorswim, put RSI in here, okay? If you put it on your chart, all right, it's easy to do. I'll just show you real quick. I could go in here. I can type in RSI. Watch this. All right, there it is. So I double click, and watch what happens. It's going to put it here. But the problem is, let me go back. Here we go. All right, so here's my RSI, and it's showing right now my RSI is 48. That's not correct. But watch what happens when I put this on a daily, all right? Here's 200 day. Now I look at it and it shows me, it's up here somewhere. There it is more. 97, I can't get the exact, but 98. Does it tell me anywhere? See, they're not the best, but 90. You can see at the top of here, it's 90. It says 100, but it's wrong. You can see it's somewhere around 88, 89, 96, 99, 98. But when I bring up here on my watch list, which is automatically, you see this? My BDRX is at 98.76. All right. So we see this, that's 98.76. But you would have to leave this on a daily, and we don't usually watch our charts on a daily. All right. So let's go back to 2-3 minutes. All right. And then you'll see that's why I don't use this. And I spoke to Thinkorswim, and they told me it really slows this down. So we're going to take it out. Okay. So I go back in here and I get rid of it. I apply, and now it's gone. But if I need it, all I have to do is pop up my watch list. Now, you'll ask me, how do I get it in my watch list? All right? And that's a real good question. I'm glad you didn't ask it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Haha, just kidding. All right? Give me a second. All right, we go into here, if you want to put it in, and you open this up and hit Customize. I think you should set it up the way I have it, because I have the best things that you need. So you want to put HTB. You can put in HTB. Okay, hard to borrow program. You double click, it'll be the last one. Then you can put in RSI. Just double click it, it'll put it there. So I like to have HTB, RSI, the volume, percentage change, last. That's it. I don't need price change in there. And you can go back on the tape and look at this if you don't have it. I don't like to have my price in here and all that. I just want last price. I just want to know what the last price is. I don't buy from here. I'm not saying I couldn't. I could actually go right on here, right click, and I could buy right from that stock right here. And I could go down here where it says, let's say, buy custom. And I have it already set up where I can go and buy 500 shares right there. Okay, where is it? Buy. These are all sell. I have buy custom. There should be 500. That's set up for contracts or stocks. Here, 500. So I'm ready. Okay, it popped up on my other computer. So I'm going to take it down. But I could buy 500 right there. But I don't buy and sell from there. Okay. So that's just another thing that you can do or not do. I can also go into the middle here. All right. Let's put this back down a little. Let's bring this back. All right. But I could buy from here. So in the middle, wherever stock I have up here, I can go into the middle. I can right click and I can do the same thing. I want to buy custom. I go across. I have all these triggers set up. And if you don't know how to do that, okay, I'd like to show you, but I'm going to have to move everything over to do it. But you hit this the way you, what you do is you go with stop, okay, with a stop loss. And when you hit that, there it is on the bottom, okay. So here's your 939. There's your price is 10.01. So how do I get the price right? I go in here and unlock this, and there's my price. Now I lock it again, and I want to make sure that I have a 25-cent stop loss. So what I would do is I'd come in here, and I'd make this 25 cents less, which would be, what, $9.85? Does that sound right? Is that 25 cents? I think it is. And then I unlock this, and now I have my price, and whatever that is, it stayed the same price, 10.07. You'll see this will be 25 cents. So if this changes, this will change. Whenever I'm ready, I know I'm buying 500, I can just hit confirm and send, okay? But if right now you want to save that kind of a setup with 500, you go into here, and you hit this, and it says save. And you can save it. I already have enough saved, all right? And this will save it also. Let's see if it shows you with the stop loss. It should have shown with the stop loss. Oh, yeah, with stop. There it is. With stop. See the stop? So that would be a 25. Now you may ask, why did I use 25 cents? Because on 500 shares, I'm saying if this moves 25 cents down in the opposite direction, whether it's a buy or a sell, I want to be stopped out. 25 cents times 500 shares is a maximum of $125 loss. It could be a little more or a little less. I might get out before manually, or it'll hopefully catch. And that's how you set up for stop loss before you buy a stock, okay? I don't want to do this. I already have enough saved. I can go into any stock, and if I go in here, watch, and I buy custom. Now, of course, I can't afford 500, but watch what happens. You see the buy? 500 ETF, market's already set up. There's my 25-cent stop loss, but I would be rejected now because I don't have $200 and something thousand in my account or whatever it costs. All right, I could save this, or I could make it for less. I could make this 50 shares, and I have others. I have others that are in there. So if you look in here, I have, say, buy custom. I have for 500 shares, 300 shares, 100 shares. I also have, if I had, where'd that go? Buy custom. I also have, you see, always five with me. And here's one for one. But I usually always have 5 contracts. Why? Because 5 contracts is my default that I have set up in my computer for any of that. Anybody have any questions? SPY calls now? I would say not yet. Probably, but you got to wait to see. And let's take this. Let's activate this one more time. Let's bring this up down to here. We're going to bring it down to the low of the last one. It shows us where our support, where not only where our support is, where our trend is. Okay, our trend has moved. I can activate this and I can bring this down a little. And let's say right now that my support is about 443.10. Where am I at? Right there. So really it's 443. And then here I can edit this one and see. I still think it's a little lower than this now. Let's go to 75. And there you go. It'll drop down. There you go. And right now, here's my setup here. This is on a 1 minute, a 3 minute. Okay. Even if I put the 1 minute, it'll be the same. Okay. There you go. My setup here. The only thing that's changed is this top trend. And I'll show you where it's changed from. This is where I usually do my active step. Okay. So let's come back in here. So you see the step has changed in here. So what I would usually do is this. I would activate, and you can see from here. So what I would do is I would cancel my right. Then I'd go down here and change this to trend line. I would bring it back in here, and you'll see there's 2 steps in here. One to here, watch, bam. I get rid of my left, cancel my left. So you can see from the today, we had a step up to here, a step up to here. Then we had a descending. It would have been the first step this morning, would have been about from here to right there. And watch this, okay? I'm just going to show you the whole thing, how it looks. All right, so we want to cancel left, and then I want to cancel the right. Cancel right. So that was this morning, our first step up, second step up, first step down, and now here, okay? So we are going to activate again. We're going to eliminate from here. We're going to cancel the right extension. We already have it set up, and we're going to put another one in here. And now you can see our step down to where we're at. I'm not going to leave it to the candlestick. I'm going to leave it right above the 13. All right. Actually, I made a mistake. I don't want to. It's too late. Too late. I got to get rid of this one. I just made a mistake here. Let's get rid of this. Remove. I just hit it by accident. Remove drawing. Okay. This one here. So this one here, again, I'm going to cancel my left, and I'll leave the right. Now you can see the whole thing. So you can see we went up today. We went up again. All right. There was some down and up in here. Okay. But from here, you can see up, then we're descending, and now we're descending again. So you say do a call. I say you got to wait because you don't know where this is going to end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to move it again one more time. You're going to have to move this that way. Put it on the very bottom. Boom, boom, boom. This whole thing moved on me. So let's see. Let's do it right there. Boom. And that one there. Let's see. Okay. Once I click on it, I can use that one. Boom. All right. So that's where we're at now. There's my bottom. There's my top. Here's my squeeze. But you see my support is dropping. We're not holding. All right. So we had it at actually, we made it a little higher and we dropped and came back. And now we're where? 443.26. So it was down here. Let's say that our support was 443. All right. Let's take away the 10 cents because we did hit 443 and pennies. So 443, it was a little higher, but we're going to round it off. Then we're going to take this and we're going to bring this down. Where we would say, I would say above the 13 at this moment, which would put us around, let's say 30 to 35. All right. I'm going to make it 35. It does not have to be exact. All right. And now we can say, here's our channel. Here's how we're sitting on a 3 minute. So we can see just about our whole day. All right. And this is our channel. So you would have been right. Whoever said that, SPY calls, COCI 7, when he called it, he would have been right. And you see it did go up. But another thing, and here's the problem. We're still bearish. We're still below the VWAP. And at this point, he might have had it. I would have taken my profit if I did do that because it went up about from 4 cents, let's say, to about 26, 25. So he made about 20 cents. And if you had 5 contracts, you would have made a quick $100, but I would have gotten out quick. So I would have made a quick scalp, and then you would have been correct. All right? Good call. All right? Because the reason I'd be scared to wait, and I like to do puts better from top to bottom. Some people are very good doing calls and going forward. The problem would be here that we're still, like Deck was saying before with trend. If you're below the trend, that we're most happily going to go down. If we're above that line, which we are at this moment, your call is still good at this moment. But now is where I would have to be careful. I would have myself about a 5% stop loss in there, okay? And if you have that 5% stop loss, then you would see that if the thing did finally do a quick drop the other way, and you have that stop, and you have 5 contracts, the worst you can lose is 125, but you're already up. So you're already up right now. So if you change that stop loss from where you're at the new price, then bam, when it pulls back. That's why sometimes I like trail stops, because as something moves up, the trail stop moves up with it. So if it does come back down, your trail stop moved up, you're in profit. And I love it. And we don't use those enough. Deck very rarely talks about it, but he has. Otherwise, I never would have learned about it, because everything and most I've learned in the past has probably come from Deck or on my own. I used to watch 1,000 Hours my first year before I was a moderator. And I love doing this. This is something Deck talked me into. I never wanted to be a live streamer. I didn't even know I could do it. And now it's like it's second nature to me. It's not something I would want to stop. Even if I stop trading, you know what? It's like going to Harvard Law School. And oh, you know what? Nobody told me. I'm sorry, I didn't have my camera open. I had it blocked. Nobody, you go to Harvard Law, and there's a lot of people that are professors of law. They're the best of the best at teaching law because they know the Constitution, they know the Bill of Rights, they know how to teach law, but necessarily they don't make the best lawyers. I'm a great teacher. I've been told by many people that I break it down in such a way that it's easy to understand. And if I can do that, then I'm doing my job, and it's important to me because I like to help people, just like Deck. Deck comes from a family of 2 teachers. His mother, I've met them both. His mother's a teacher, his father's a teacher. They're great people, you know what? And they're they're good at what they did. And you know what? They enjoyed what they did, helping youths and minor people. His parents are a little younger than I am, but they loved helping people all their lives, obviously, and they're great people. I'm pretty sure Deck growing up, it was his household. Everybody came over and hung out. I'm willing to bet any money. Some people just were popular that way. I could see Deck being that way. Maybe not in the beginning because he was kind of nerdy, Just kidding. You know what? But Deck's a great guy. I love listening to him. Still, to this day, 5 years later, So, anyway, there he is, putting it in the SPY. So, right now you can see you would have been good on your call. Like I said, I would have taken my profit. We don't know where it's going to go at this moment. And it's lunchtime, which means it slows down a little. So you could change this down to about, if you can look at the 3 minute, let's go down real quick to the 1 minute for a second. I'm going to show you how to use another tool that's very important that a lot of people don't always use. Let's look now. Keep your eye right here where it says volume. I go down here. This is 1 minute. You can see there was only 62,000. Next one, 47. Next one, 47. Next one, 31,000. Next one, 62,000. Red one, 29 down. Next one, still going up, 22. But what I'm trying to tell you is, and you can see from my trend line here, see what's happening? I can adjust this slightly. I'm going to show you why. You see, I got to get that box up here. It's gone up just slightly, and I can see every time I got to move it up or I move it down. So like right now, if I go in the kitchen to get something to eat and I come over to the bathroom and I come back, all right, I can see if this is not on here and this is now lower, I know this line has to come down. I know the market pulled back. I know if this goes up, that if this goes up here, this is going up too. So right now, my support might even be going up. So we're at 443.27. You know what? I'm going to go back to my 10 that I had before. You don't have to be exact, but I like to tweak it once in a while. Actually, that might be a little too, could be a little higher. Let's see. Right there, 413, 415. It's still so close on the channel. I'm just going to leave it at 05. All right? That's why I told you. You don't have to be exact. This is just another way that I do things. And it's right there. You got support there. You got support here. You got support here. And if we went to the other side, we're above support. There's our support at 15. Okay? So let's watch this. It's going back up. As that goes up, our support will go up. Now we're bullish again. Now we're above. And you can see if Cocky, what's his name? COC17, if he had stayed in that call so far, he'd be up. Okay? And even if he had done a trail stop, the chances are he wouldn't have been stomped out. So right now, here's our resistance. See what's happening here at 30? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to raise this bar a little bit. Even though at 35 we haven't gotten through yet, I'm going to make it 45. It's probably 50. Let's say that our resistance is at 50, okay? And let's see if we can get to that point, because we had, right there, you can see when this went up, there was a resistance at about 55, 52, and that we haven't hit it again. Our resistance is really more like 38, 35, and that's where I should have left it. But let's see if this will push. We have our trend lines anyway, and they're at the same place. I can move this one up just a little bit. So I'm going to activate this one and just put it right to there. Right there. And that'll show us the squeeze. That's another tool. Knowing where a squeeze is. And then if later on, this line here comes straight across and this goes up to that point, I can get rid of this line here and just extend this one. This one here. It would look something like this. Extend to the right. See it? So if this comes back up, and I'll see this going up to this point, there's our actual trend line right now. So you can see we're below it. So for right now, I'm just going to get rid of the extension so you can see exactly where we're at. Does this make sense to anyone? I still think it's July 4th. I want to see some breakouts. I agree. It's a little, right now, things are in consolidation. I'm watching ALR. That thing is dead. It's not doing anything. I'm going to go back to my other chart for a second. And I'm going to go put AMD back in there, which actually came up a little and then went back down again. I'm going to just move. For anybody who might be watching AMD, I'm going to push my resistance up to 115.25. Okay, resistance. 115, wrong computer. 115.25. I get confused because my higher one has the lower keyboard and my lower one has the upper keyboard. So, but they're straight across. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors going right now. I need one more on the 5th so I can actually watch YouTube. So I'm going to need a new TV soon. I may take my TV. It takes 10 minutes to turn on, but I think I may just use it as a last monitor. I have the setup for it, so I can do it. And right now, just checking real quick, 720. We have right now 20 people watching now in just I have to unclick this, by the way, just to show you AMD. Okay, I have to unclick this, so when I change the one on top, it changed this. I need to unlink it. So that's what it looks like on my top monitor right now is this. All right. This, by the way, is your upper VWAP plot. This is your lower, where this is our VWAP. So you can see we're very bearish right now on AMD. I'd be very careful on what you do. That's 3 minutes. All right. There's your whole day. And you can see if I did a trend line here, you can see if you put them in like you should, all right, you'd be here at a high of 111. Look to the right, 117.66. Bingo. And then I can bring that down to, I can bring it to here where we were. That would show we're right now slightly above. Or I can bring it to where we're at right now and do that. And then I just get rid of my left. So you can see I started from there. And that's it. That's my upper trend line for AMD. And it's on my upper, which is fine. I'm going to switch back over now to people who are watching Tesla. And if it doesn't come in, you just go here and hit auto. And thank you, Pete, if you're here today, for giving me that quick trick on how to get it back faster. All right. And you can see right here, right now, there's a lot of consolidation. And also on here, 279.15. Let's activate this. And I'm going to say the VWAP right now is going to be the resistance. I'm going to leave this at 218.20. All right. I don't want to leave it right on the line. No, that's wrong. There we go. 20 is fine. It's right there. And then our support would be at 33. I'm going to say about 279. What do we got? Take off that and just bring it down to 279. So it's very, very tight. Okay. Very, very tight here. So from 279 to the VWAP, which is 280.08. Actually, that's a little tight. I might even come down a little further and bring it to 278.75. Give us a little bit more of a channel, okay? Like I told you, doesn't have to be exact, but at least shows us where we are in the channel that we make. So right now we can see we've not been able to break through the VWAP, making us very bearish at this time. So if that's the case, and I see I lost you here. Let's see if I lost you here. I wasn't watching. I'm sorry if I lost you. Let's see. No, we're still good here. All right. So, and look at this. You see before? That's why I told you to be very careful. I wasn't watching the SPY, but I told you to be really careful because we were having a very rough time staying above, and look at the pullback here. And that's going to bring our support now much lower. 442.75. 442.75. So that's why I said before, we're just scalping. I would not be staying in anything too long. And that's going to change this too. So we're going to activate this. And we're going to bring this down to about there. Right there. We really have another active step in here. And again, I'm going to bring my resistance down. Now, possibly a little lower than my VWAP. So I'm going to be underneath it at about right there at 443.15. 15. What's happening here? Let's put 10 in. It might be just below it. It is 443.10. And what do we got here? 443. I'm going to leave the 15. But you see how that thing moved? That is total manipulation. There's nothing in the news that should have moved it like that. And there's been no news at all. So the truth is, if you look down here, there is no news that should have moved this. So this stock is being manipulated right now. And right down there, when that hit that bottom, it would have been a good time to go back into another call. The only difference is they didn't show that bottom because it wasn't the low of the day. See? But we can have a lot of pull to go back down. So I'm going to show you. We could end up back down again at the end of the day, somewhere around 442. So be very, very careful. Right now, we are in a very, let's go back to 3 minutes. I hate to go 3 minutes when it's moving, even 5, but the reason is, see, if you're not watching, see, it's showing down. So, but there, see that bottom shadow shows what do you call that? Oh my God, I can't think of the word. Give me 1 second. 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm looking for. Give me the word when something turns back around. You know, let's see if we're looking at the tools. Where's my tools here? Might be here. Here we go. Here we go. Retracement, when it retraces back the other way, okay? But that's not the right word. When you have that, return, that retracement coming back up the other way, there's another word for it and I can't think. I'm getting a brain fart. That's what happens when you get old. So what's on coin? Coin is another one I always keep. I believe it should be in my, let's see if it's in there now. Yeah, it is. Coin is always in my watch list. And the reason I watch coin is because I watch crypto, and it's a crypto coin. But right now you can see crypto must be going down, and coin is at 72 on the RSI, which means it is overbought as a stock, but really it's a reflection on where the actual market. If I right now take a quick look at coin just to see what it looks like, let's use Tesla since nothing's really happening there right now. Let's go to coin, and like I said, it should be going down just from looking quick. All right, right now it came up a little. It hasn't really done much. If you look at it today, we have right now the VWAP would be the support. It's a little bit on the, even though it's down for the day, it's showing that right now it's a little bullish. But you can see the high of the day on coin. Let me take a quick look. The high of the day for coin is 78.85. So we're a little below, and our low is 76. So we started right there in our day. It went up. That was a good call right there. Came back down, put, call, put. So you can see it's going up and down. if that's at a high now, and the market itself, let me take a quick look on. It's still down 51, so it's come up a little bit. And I think I keep one of my crypto. Here it is. Actually, it's coin. CryptoCompare.com. Anybody who likes to watch this, you can go here for your crypto markets, because coin is a crypto stock. Okay, there are a couple of them. Mara is another one. I'm sure you guys know a bunch more. And if you watch right now today, you'll see Bitcoin itself is down, Ethereum is down. Those are the two I watch. Tether I use for when I used to trade back and forth. You always have to convert back into USDT, so you use Tether. Tether pays almost 1-to-1 always. Okay, but it does go up and down, so you can make or lose money on it. And there's a lot of others in there. I don't really watch crypto anymore. I have a lot of money in crypto right now, which I'm not going to get into, but getting my hands on it would be very nice at this point. Okay, right now you can see the pullback to the support area, boom, and then back up a little. So I told you, right now I'd be very wary of the SPY. I still say we're coming down. See this? And here you got up, up, coming down, coming down. And if I did another step in here, from here to here, it would show even tighter that this is coming down even more. All right? You can see it's pulling in. What do I mean? For those just coming in and watching, I would come in from about here, boom, to about there. Be like this. Oh, that was weird. All right, cancel left. See? And then here, let's see if I cancel the right where it goes. Close. So I have to take this one here, activate it, and bring it up to about the high point, which is right there. So, but you can see what's happening. That's another step down. Another step. Let me activate that. It's right on it. Let's take that one there. It's another step down. So you can see what's happening. We were going up, coming down, now we're coming down even further. Okay? So we may see another drop down. We may see this come back down towards here. So if at this moment I was going to give, like I usually do, some sort of a target, my target would probably be close to 442.25 would be my target. 442.20 right there. That would be my target. And it could end up lower than that. We could end up at 442, like I said earlier. I said 442. So right now I'm saying 442.25. If we fall below 422.50, which we're not there yet, let's get past 75. All right, and then we'll have more of knowing the direction that it's going. At the same time, you may want to keep an eye on, not the products, Finviz, which shows, here we go, minus 128. We were just at 50. So you can see what's happening is it's dropping again. This looks like a test. It's like somebody tested. Look at that. 668,000. Divide that by 5 is over 110,000. So you see we were doing 40, 50, 60, 70. Then all of a sudden we hit on 1 minute. You got to divide it by 5. We did, where is that? 472. Then we got 668 right there. 1. Divide that by 5. That's over 100,000. We're above the average. Now, how do you know what the average is? Good question. Glad you asked. Okay. So how do we know? Right now, if I go, it says that the average volume is 79.3 million a day. Okay. If I take 79,329,000, so I go 79 million, I'm doing it on a calculator, 300, and let's say, just round it off, 329. Oh, I screwed up. 79 million, what did I do? 79,329,000. Divide that by 6.5. Gives me 12. We're 12. What time is it? 12:45. So 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. So that's 3 1/4 times 3 times 3.25 is about 39,000, and we're only at 28. So we're way below. Also, if I got 79,000, then my average ticket, my average candlestick per minute would be 1/100th of that, which is 79,000. Okay, just round it off, make it 79 or 80,000. So that's going to tell me right here that if I go back to 1 minute, let's go to 1 minute. And I look at this and I go, let's get out of this for a second and get rid of this. Okay, right there. You look up on 1 minute, 47,000, 73,000, 37,000, 57,000, 57,000, 90. There's the first one that's above. So we are below average. If we're below average, then eventually, even though it pops up, eventually I think we're going to come down lower and lower. All right? That's to be seen. So let's just see what happens. I think we're coming back down. So as long as we're below the VWAP, we're still very, very bearish. And the market is pulling it down. And if we look at FinViz real quick, again, remember we were at 125. Let's refresh it real quick. 126, the same. All right, so the markets are getting lower and lower. So that means we're getting more negative and more negative. I got to stop drinking coffee. I love it so much, and I'm allergic to it. It takes my vocal cords, and I have to go to decaf tea or something. I hate that. I mean, I like tea. Don't get me wrong. Okay, and here's coin. See, coin is still in that channel. If I was to build a channel here, there's my upper VWAP. I think it's got nowhere to come but back down again at the moment. It's like a roller coaster going up. So it went up, created a new high, came down. It tried. It didn't quite make it. Came down low, back to the lower VWAP. So from the upper VWAP to the lower VWAP, back to the upper VWAP plot, and it's still trying. But I think eventually, we'll see. But as long as the markets are going down, there's a good chance crypto can go up. Crypto doesn't always go with the SPY. All right, that's just something to think about. And right now, I have to say that Bitcoin is up a little. Not for the day, but it's up. It's up to 30,000 for the coin. It was back down to 26 a few weeks ago, and now it's back up to 30 again. So keeping an eye on that. And right now, you see this is still trying to push, but I'm telling you, we're still in a down market, and I think there's still a chance that right there on top of it. All right, we just moved up a little bit. But if we can't get above that VWAP, we will eventually come back down. And it scares me as it's being manipulated. Look at the drops. The drops are getting bigger. So be very careful here. Baby girl, you want a treat? Give me 1 second, folks. Hey, you want a treat? There you go. I always got to take care of my cat. There you go, sweetie. There you go. All right. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. She came in. Very rare she comes in at this time, so I wanted to give her a treat. She said she's my girl. All right, there's one thing I forgot to do real quick. I got to this one computer is running very slow. I don't know why. Let me just see if I can adjust the time and sync it right now. I got to sync this thing on a daily basis. I already put a new battery in, but I don't know that it's helping that much. And this one here, let's see, as long as I don't lose you. Let's go back to here. Okay. I want to see real quick what the delay is. 45. I just put my finger up on 45 seconds. Let's see what happens. 45, 50, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 11 seconds. Not too bad. It's getting slow a little bit. We're on 11 seconds. Okay. Anybody have any questions on anything I went over? See, it's still, there's another push right there. You see it right there, 443.11. But what did I put this at? 15, 443.15. We don't seem to be able to get to that point yet. Let's see, edit properties. That's 15. I'm going to leave it there for right now. It could be a little lower, but I'm going to leave it there. And coin, again, on the 3 minute. Let's watch it on 1 minute for a second. I want to see what it's doing minute by minute. Because if you're not careful and you're doing the 5 minute, you got a small account, you can end up getting out. You can get up, it drop really quick on a 5 minute, And if you have a small account, you might get scared and give out. If you watch it minute by minute, you might see it coming more graduals from here to there, and you might get out there before it gets to there. You understand? So sometimes 5 minute is good if you have a bigger account. Want to do options on something, but I don't know what. Okay, be careful. There's something, I'm going to go over the products for a second, and I want to just show you something you got to be very careful about. Pick me a stock that has options. Give me anything. So like if I look at AMD, that's a big stock. But I want to look at something that's not as big. Let's look at Coin maybe. Now Coin may not be a good example. I'm going to find out. There's my Coin because I know Coin has options. Right? I'm pretty sure it does. All right, here we go. And here's today's. Now, if I go here instead of looking at the Delta Gamma, because I do everything by what I do, I watch my Delta. My Delta is what pays me. I don't worry as much about the theta like Deck does. If my theta is more than my delta, okay, then I'm good. If I go too low here, all right, even though my theta is high, if it goes the other way, this is going to drop down much lower. This one is maybe not a good example because I want to go and show you when I get into volume and open interest. And this is a bad stock. Let's take a stock like Ford, all right? Or maybe even Delta might be another bad example. Here's Ford. So you see here on Ford, today's contract. So you see, if I bought this if I was out of the money and it's going up, 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 up. Okay, you see this volume not available. Option interest very low. I may not be able to get out of these. They're so low that I could get stuck with them. Same thing here, going the other way. I may not be able to get it if I start losing and it goes to here and I try to get out. There's not enough volume. There's not enough interest in that particular option. I got to be really careful. It's going to go to nothing. I'll lose my money. TDT, please do me one favor. When you put out anything that has to do, because I don't know what TDT is, but if it's put it this way, all right? It's important that you do that. Let me just see if that's a real deal. And it is. Okay. Good. But always put it out like, so I don't have to do extra steps. I can just click on it. All right? That's proper format. Now, if I put TDT in there, that's a good example. A stock I don't really know. Trade desk. Look here. All right. Look at the open interest. Very low. 5, 2, 1, 3, 4. This is just out of the money. I may get stuck with this. My volume is very low. That's only 4 contracts. 182. I may not be able to get out of it. 70. So if everybody starts to go in a direction, 70 is not a lot. Either is this. The only thing is I can look at this, and this will show me on the Delta Gamma. So here, if I start to go my way, I could make money, but look at my theta. My theta is lower than my actual delta on the call. Let's look at the put. My delta is 36. My theta is lower. I wouldn't touch these. I could end up, if it looks like I'm winning, I could end up losing money, okay? Because I can't get out of it. So be very careful when you pick a stock that it's really, okay, what's the price of this stock, just for curiosity? $76. All right. I want to go back into SPX, right? Keep an eye on that. I also didn't put out the contracts today. TDT. All right, so there is, I put the wrong SPX. I hit the wrong one. Okay. All right, so let me just write out the contracts right now, like if you were going to get into something. So contracts, and I'll show you how we pick them. Contracts to watch. Okay, let's take the first one. Would be, let's say, Tesla. All right, now Tesla, let's put the ones that are on the date will be Friday. There's no month, the contracts today for them. So contracts for 7/7, that's Friday, would be Tesla, TSLA. Tesla right now, I gotta go back to see it, I gotta get a coin for a second. Tesla, shoot. Tesla, where is it? Boom. Tesla's at 279, so my call would be 280, all right? So, and you'll see when I put them out there. My call will be 280, and my put, I know it's the other way, so I know it's going to be 277.50. How do you know that? I'll show you in a second. All right. So if I was to go in here to products, let's go back into all products, and let's go into Tesla. And you'll see what pops up is the 7th. See it? 277.50 and 280. Because that's the way it runs, every $2.50. The other one would be next, I'm going to do is NVIDIA. NVDA, which is also, I put it in wrong. NVDA. NVIDIA, I think, is a Friday contract too. There it is, July 7th. So that would be 425 and 427.50. So I'm going to come down here, my other computer that I'm setting up for you. Come on. 277.50. Hold on. Shoot. I had it. Okay. Now we got NVIDIA. NVDA. Which NVDA. Gotta bear with me a second. Call would be, like I said, 427.50. And my put now would be 425. So put is 425. Next, I'm going to do SPX. SPX. Okay, now I go up here. I bring up SPX. It's going to be on today's contract. Watch. Not there. I want to go here to the 5th. Today's contract. So out is 40, 50, and 45. So I come back the other side. You'll see in a second. My SPX would be call. What did I say? Is 44.50. And my put would be 44.45. And now we've got the SPY. All right. For the SPY, I don't need this. I can just go here and see 443. So the call will be 444. And the, hold on, SPY, SPY, the call would be 444. And the put would be 443. And for right now, there's your contracts. The only one I would have added to this is AMD, which isn't really doing much. And AMD, I think, is also, let's see, it could be a Friday contract. Let me just see real quick. AMD no, it's today's. Okay? And this one is on dollars too. So it's 114 and 115. 114, 115. Back to SPX. Down here. So 114, 115. I made a mistake anyway, so let me fix that. Hold on. 114, 115, 444, and 443. And what did I say? AMD. AMD is call 115 and put 114. All right, there's it corrected. I'll just get rid of the other one. So I put an extra couple extras in there. There you go. And that's how we find our contracts, just out of the money. Now, the only time we would go at, if the thing changes where the actual, if we go in here, where's my, what is this? How'd that get in there? Okay. Where's my products? Here we go. If we go in here and we find out, let's use something like coin, all right, which is on today's contract. If we were going to look here and it was very low, here is fine. We could be just out of the money. But if this here was about 30 something and I want to go in the money to be in the 50 range, I would just go in the money. Now, sometimes you'll find what's called at the money. All right. That would mean that the price would be like, see, this is in the middle, 78.58. But if it was at 78.04, that would put you at the money. And you may see a blue color where when the two are together, it changes the color. All right. And that would be at the money. So again, Tesla, let's see. Sorry about that. Tesla. I don't think there's anything happening with Tesla anyway. As you can see, it's pretty level across. It's in consolidation mode. Let's go back and check that coin one more time. Okay. And coin, like you can see, I told you, it's like a freaking roller coaster, but it's still headed in an up direction. Slightly up. If we did it from our day, let's see. Let's go to 3 minute. Come on. It's actually pretty level. You see your high here in the morning is about the same here, and your low is about the same here. So you can see it's like a roller coaster, like I told you. Boom, Boom. What's going to happen now? We can't get over that upper VWAP plot. I think we'll return back down. But it seems to be following a little bit to here. And by the way, you see this here on the SPY? Let's take this and extend our right. So we don't need this one anymore. We can remove it. Boom. And then we can take this one here and we can activate it. That's going to pull this to about here. All right. Now you can see the squeeze pattern. And you can see there's almost a step up. There's almost a step up from here going this way. We're starting to push up, and you can see now we're above the VWAP. Anybody have any questions? You may lose it for a second. And there goes coin. This is on a 1 minute. This is on a 3 minute. Any questions? None? If there's no questions, then what I'm going to do, what was I going to do real quick? I'm going to find it. Okay. Let's put this. Any questions? Questions, comments, or concerns? Now's the time. If there isn't, I'm going to go throw one slice of pizza in the oven for me, and that'll be my lunch. All right? Any questions? No questions here. Then I'll be back in 5 minutes. All right? Right there. Okay. I got 5 minutes, it'll come out. So I got everything ready. Excuse me. All right. Now I can see since I left that nothing has really happened much with SPY. I can look at my trend lines from where I left a couple minutes ago. It was 3-4 minutes. And I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. It's done nothing. But on the other side, I look at the last 4 minutes on coin and I can see coin is going up. All right. So that was a good call, whoever called coin before. So you can see coin in the last, let's see, 1, 2, 3, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 23. In the last hour, 3 times 20 is 60. So in the last hour, coin has actually gone from about, let's say, about 76.30 to where? 79, about $3. Good call. Real good call. That was actually would have been a good, what do you call it? Definitely a good call. Yeah, that's exactly right. So you can see from here, we could have started off from here, all right, but let's go from a high point here, boom, and then put it to there, and you can see what's happening here. We are definitely on a ascending, all right, that's the key. And what we do here is we cancel the left, and by doing that, we can see exactly where we started from. And you can do the same thing from here. We got to find a point where it's going to cross over. So let's say here's a low point from here, boom, and let's take it to wherever. Let's take it to about there. And you can see what's happening. We're getting into a squeeze pattern here. And then we come back in here again, and we will cancel all left. So you can see what's happening. Beautiful. Good setup. Very good setup. So if we want to look at a coin contract on the same hand, what's going on here? What happened to my contracts? Oh, boy. Let's do this real quick. Let's take this, and I'm going to do this. We never put coin in there. Copy. Let's do this. View. And then I'll add coin. COIN. And my call would be, I don't want to assume anything. Let's just take a quick look. Go to products. Here it is, already up there. This is beautiful. It's dollars, which is perfect. Easy to figure out. So you got 79 and 80. All right, 79 and 80. So what I'm going to do, 79.80, call would be $80. And my put would be $79. And there's the contracts again with coin added on the bottom. Okay? This one here, there it goes. It's back to par since I synced it. I think I need to put a new battery in it again. It's still moving. So right now you can see our resistance here is at about 73, say 73.75 is resistance. So if I was going to put lines in here right now, what I would do is this. I would go here and I'd say 73.50. Bingo. All right, let's open that up. Let's edit this. We're going to put in here resistance. And let's show it on the right. We're going to say 75. That's a step. Here, that's correct. And we'll do this. Go to more and go right to there. Okay. So there's my resistance. Well, if that's my resistance, then where is my support? Let's say right now my support might be somewhere around 79.50, right about there. I'm going to say 78.50. Leave it right there. So we do another one. Right. And before I do something, just extend this to the left. Extend this. Edit this. We want to show on the right. This is going to be support. T. I can't spell. RT. I can't type. I can spell. I can't type. I can't see either. All right, 78.50. And this we want to make green. And we're going to say, okay. So here's my support and my resistance now. All right. And let's put this back. There's no mistakes. We're on 3 minutes. Let's just back up a little bit. And now you can see support, resistance. Now we can watch it and see what happens. Here you can see slight pullback. Our resistance did go up a little bit. It went up to about 443.25. So we will take this now and resistance, move this to 25. Oh, come on. 25. And this, let's see, what do we got? 442. That's good. That's 50 cents. It could be higher. 442, 443. That's only 25. 443.25. 443. 442. What do I got? I'm going to leave it. Okay, and that's now we got to support resistance and we're watching coin. All right, so that was a good call. Who called that? Was that COC? Oops, my bad. TNT. Who called coin before? Somebody did. Here it is. COC. It was a good coin. That was a good thought. All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. And I am back with pizza. I got one extra slice. Who wants it? There you go. That is a pizza from pizza I made last night from scratch. I make my own pizza from the flour up. I buy flour, bags of flour, and I make my own pizza. A little hot, but good. This one I ran a little. I didn't put enough sauce. I should have put a little bit more on. But it's okay. Oh man, that's good. High active. When you use February for your lower and higher targets, can you show it how to do it, please? When you use FEB, what is FEB? You'll have to explain what that means. When you use FEB for your lower, FEB. I don't know what that is. What's FEB? Fibonacci. Oh, okay. I didn't use Fibonacci today. Okay. I'm going to use coin as an example for Fibonacci. All right. Now, you have to decide whether we're looking at Fibonacci for a stock that's going down or a stock that's going up. Okay. We're in the 3-minute. What I need now is I need to figure out. Let me go look in here real quick. TDT. Where did coin go? Let me put coin in here for a second. The reason is I need to know the high of the day and the low of the day. So my day's range is 79.89. So Fibonacci, ready? I go in here. I go here. Percentage. Bam. So now I'm looking for 79.89. Look to the right. You see it says 90. Let's go 88, 80, 97. It'd be hard to get exact. 88. Let's see if I can get exact. Let's change it to 5-minute. It might be easier. Let's go to 5. All right, let's try 89. 79, still can't do it. Let's try from here, go up. 89, no, I can't get 89. Well, you know what? We got 90. Come on. My mouse died? What happened to my mouse? Wait a second. My mouse died. Ha! That's funny. Okay. I gotta take the battery out. It's okay. I keep new ones right here. The battery died. No wonder I couldn't get it to move. Back end business. I always keep 3 or 4 extra batteries right there. Okay. So, cancel that. We want 89. 95, 88, 90. Let's just use 90. And now my low of the day is 76.16. So since we went up 76.16, let's use 76.16. Yeah, we'll use 16 because I got it. Okay, there it is. There's your Fibonacci. All right, top to bottom. There's your 100% right there. Now, if I want to figure out the next step after, what I'll do is I'm going to add, I'm going to go into my calculator in another computer for a second. I'm going to go $79.88 plus, I'm going to add the 82 on the top, 17 equals, divided by 2 is 81.02, so $81. So you can see if we ever get past this point, the next step up could be about $81. That's what it tells me. It's not a guarantee, all right? My 100% to 100 could be anywhere between 79 to 80. Well, we got to get past 80. If it gets past 80, we'll hit 81.02, something around there. Okay, so. Okay, let's see. Let's take that off since you already answered the question. All right. So what do you want to know now? So I know here that's my 100%, and that's where my resistance is. So if it pulls back down, we can come down to 79.08. All right. Next step down. Next step down. If it retracted to about here, then I would get it on a call. But right now, if it keeps doing this right here, let's go on a 1 minute. Let's go back to 1 minute. There's your 1 minute. Okay, and if it stays here, look at the consolidated. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. What does it tell me? If it doesn't break through and I see, look what I see. See the shadows? High shadow, shadow. If that keeps up, it's going to pull back down. If it pulls back down, I'm going to get ready to do a put. Does that make sense? And another bite of pizza. Why do we divide? I don't know. I just came up with that. Between here, the 100% and the 160 gives me my middle point, which is about $81 right there. I could iron too. Between here and here gives me there. All right. And then if I take this point, 81, I can do that again, 81 to 79, and take those and divide it. It shows me steps that might happen. That's why Fibonacci works in certain percentage brackets. There's actually a way that you don't even have to do the chart. You can just come up with the percentages, knowing how to use, there's a formula. So you can go find the Fibonacci formula and use the formula if you want. If Long Forever was in here, I don't know if she's in here. Let me just see real quick. At L. Let's see. At L. She is. Long Forever is in here, and she uses what's called a Fibonacci, I'll show you, arch. I think it's this one here, arcs. This one. So when you go in and you start your arc here, all right, it'll show you, but I don't know how you do it. I haven't really learned yet where you place it. I'm hoping one day she'll come in and show us all. Or tell us how to use the arc. So you can use the arc or you can use Fibonacci, this one. You can ask her, maybe she'll tell us. Maybe she'll tell us, maybe she won't. I don't know if she's listening. She's in here. I can't, yeah, exactly. Yes, a conservative, right. But that's between here and here gives me a middle. When I get that, I can do between there and here to give me a quarter point, which is almost like this, going the other way. So I could take 23% of this going up, 23, 38, 50, and go the other way. I don't really use Fibonacci that much anymore. Every now and then, if something's going crazy, I can get a point like this and say, well, you know what? If it stays strong where it's going, I know it's going to end up about $82. And I've been right in the past using Fibonacci. But I've also been off where it looked like it was going there, but it never really reached it. But it had that direction. There's no exact science. You got companies out there that tell you they can call it days in advance. I think it's a bunch of crap. I really do. All I can tell you is, like, I think my pizza is crisp and it's delicious. Mm. Let's see, shift at. Dazzle's here. There it goes. Look at the spine. There's a nice jump. So we just jumped what? About 10 cents? Right there. Let's see what happens here. A new point. Right there. Still going to leave my resistance at 25 for right now. But the next resistance point would be, after this, would be about 45. It's going for it. It looks like it's trying. It would bring us about right there. To see if they can hit that point. I'm back at right now with the 1 minute, so we can keep a closer eye on it until the Fed minutes meeting. Yeah, when the Feds come on, I'm gonna hang back a little around 2 o'clock. I've been on since I don't know, 11. Oh, noontime. I don't know, somewhere around there. Noon. Fine. It doesn't say. 11:50. Man, that was good. One slice down. And one to go. But anyway, Fibonacci, I wouldn't have used it for this stock today. There are certain times I would use it, and sometimes I don't. Right now, I wouldn't. I don't really need it. It's not moving enough for me to need it. But yet there was down here, if you look at this, there was a nice spike. So you can see from here to there was a nice little spike. But what goes up, eventually going to come down. What is let me take one quick look. Coin. And coin is actually down for the day. How could that be? Yeah, well, it's got a high of 79.93. So it's down about 30 cents. Not a big deal. TDT, I'm not really going to watch. Trade Desk. And coin, I have twice in here. I don't need that. And then I have ALL. What is that? ALLR. It's up 220. I'll keep that in there. Delta Airlines, I don't need. Cleaning up Joby, I don't need. Too many things open. OPRA, still good. All right. Have you read any books on investing or trading? What do you think about them? I think they're all good. You can learn something from everything. Depends on how old the books are. Some old books can still teach you certain things. Remember, day trading online didn't really start till around 2000. Because the internet really wasn't available till around 1990. I'm not exact date, but right around that time. I was using computers in my pawn shop. I used to own 2 pawn shops back in 1989. So I used online a little bit. We were all just learning back then. But there was a guy in here, Tim Z333. He's not here anymore. I think he ran off to make more music. He was actually a country star. And he read a lot of books, and he swore he learned a lot. There are some really good books. If I can find it, if I can dig it up, Good Trade, because I know you're in here, I have a thing of books, a list of books that are worth reading. I'll see if I can find them over the next few days, if I can find the folder that I saved in it, and I'll get it to you. But I wouldn't just buy anything and everything. He swore that he learned a lot from these books, and he was a really good trader. He really was. But his passion was for country music. I don't know if he's still here anymore. Tim Z333. Let me see something real quick. No, no more. Well, he's not in there now, so it doesn't show. You're welcome. I'll see if I can find them. Right now, it's not. Nothing is moving very quickly, and coin, though it's gone up, gone back up, it's still down for the day, 30 cents. Remember, because the high was 79.89 or something like that. We might hit a new high today. There's a pullback on the SPY. Same time, pullback on coin. I love pizza. Pizza loves my stomach. Wow. See? So we have a lot of resistance right there at, hold on, 35. I tried to push it because I thought it was going to go, but it didn't. And we have support. It's so tight. This is just so, at 443. We seem to be holding at that area. So you can see right there, 443, and then right there, where old resistance became new support, and then across here. So right there, I see it. The only thing that's moved a little is the lines to here, which gives us more of, so what I would have done is I can activate this. Where is it? Here? Where's the other one? I don't know where it is. Hold on, I'm sorry. All right, that is the other one. So let's see, what do I got? I'm going to move this to here. Okay. Cancel right. And then I'm going to do from here to here. And you can see how we're starting to squeeze up. Put that about here. Bingo. And then what do we do? Get rid of left. There you go. The only thing I have to do is push this up a little bit. May not look like much, but if I extended this to the right at the moment, watch this. You'll see the difference, and it is starting to push up. So what I did is I'm showing you what I call the active step. And what that's doing is pushing this more into a squeeze. Now, since we're below the VWAP, that squeeze could be down. So be very careful. It doesn't mean, though, it's going to be up. If the top is pushing down, if the bears are pushing down further than the bulls are pushing up, it's a tug of war. If it's not, then it's just one couple of traders with larger amounts that are manipulating it the way they want it. You just have to be able to go with the flow, and that's guesswork. Now, the only thing I can guess is we're below the VWAP, so that show me more coming down than going up. Pizza's even good cold. You can see right in here. A lot of resistance right there at the VWAP. Products watch list. What is this? Gotta get rid of that. And what else? All right. Nobody else live today. I wonder where Caesar is today. Does anybody know if Caesar was here this morning? Just curious. I forgot to check. He's great. If you want to learn how to do futures, Caesar's is absolutely the one you would want to get with. If I was to rely on anybody in this place for futures, he would be the man. I spoke to him once for about 3 hours on the phone. He's very intelligent. He's great to talk to, and he's a really nice guy. He was here. Great guy. You can really, if you're into futures, which I am. I've traded them once or twice because of him. I like to get back into it. A lot of people prefer, I like options, but a lot of people would prefer that because they're afraid of like DEC, they're afraid of that theta, they're afraid of time issues. And there isn't that kind of time issue in a future as there is with options. Let's see. Let me just see something. Options. All right. There's a little thing on options versus futures, and people ask, do you make more money with futures or options? And it really, I don't know. Here's an answer that was given online. I'm just fixing a few things in my alert section. I got to do this on a weekly basis because wait, that was in there. I didn't see that one. Change contracts. DEC has it set up where they disappear after a certain amount of time. Bench trading. Changing contracts often. What do we got? Change, delete, revenge, delete, and 7 most important. I love this one because it really was one of the most helpful to me. 7. Hold on. One of the things I always talk about is let's see, the 7 most important elements in trading, or an option or a stock. I say stock, but it's the same thing. Wow, 2 slices of pizza down and gone. I think I'm going to go back to bread flour. I think it makes a better crust. What else do I got? 1 second. Alerts. All right. 7 most important. For anybody who wants my setups, I give them out for free. They're in, there's a whole bunch of them in my alert section for TOS people. Only for TOS. I don't know if this new one's in there. Let me see if this new one, it's a 2-in-1. Let's see if I put it in there. Charts, it may not be. It isn't. This new 2-in-1 is not in there. Let's see if I can share it. If anybody wants it, likes this 2-in-1. I don't know if I can share it from here. Let's see. Come on. All right, we go back here. 2-in-1. So let's see if I go up here and show, detach, take. That's not it. This one. Huh. Quick study. Save study set. Load delete. I don't know how you share it from here. I may have to do it from my other. Huh. Load symbols to cells. I have to do it from another page. I have to do it from in here. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do it right now. Set up two top, two bottom. That's not it. I don't know if I saved it. Yeah, I can't do it right now. I'd have to move it back. I can't share it right now. Good trade. See, we don't have really much movement right now. We're on a 1 minute. We're waiting to see. Now there's your 13 exponential. All right. There is a cloud in here. See the cloud? That's also something to give out. In the cloud, the top is 21 day, and the bottom is 9 day, and the middle, the 13, goes right through the middle. Sometimes they all meet together. That's why you don't see the cloud itself. But there is a cloud in here. See the cloud? And you can change that cloud. You click on it. Come on. I have something else set on the bottom. Dang. Let me try. I have to change this first. Do this. And you go to the cloud. Now, nope, that's not it either. You can do it from here. It studies. And the cloud would be the 9 and the 21. You can open it up and you can change it. Instead of a 9 and a 21, you can make it 8 and 20. You can make it 5 and 15. You can do whatever you like. Some people like their settings differently for options. So, or stocks. Like again, I say I use 9 and 21 and 13 running through the middle. My 13 is always there. 13 exponential. Anything else I can have right up here. There's a 13, 200 day. These are simple moving averages. Oh, that was delicious. I feel so much better. I feel so burned out reading all the news before market open. I don't do that anymore. I'm just going to start reading the general news about the general market. Call it a day. I read whatever's coming out at the moment. I'll tell you what's the best thing, truthfully. Calls on VWAP. I think the best thing is. All right, let's go to Tesla real quick. Okay, I gotta change this one too. That's on the ARC still. All right, there you go. And go to here. Tesla hasn't done anything. I wouldn't even mess with Tesla right now. Until you see some news. That's it. 139. That's right now. 10 consumer discretion. There's nothing really going on. This is my level 2. In the middle. That's the one thing we're lacking is a good level 2. It's not a good level 2. All right, calls on the WWAP, the VWAP, you read. Okay, right there. Like I said, and my resistance could have been moved up a little bit. I wasn't really watching it, so some has changed, and that's my resistance. 20. I haven't watched it, so I'm gonna guess. Let's make it 45. Let's make it 50. 50. Brings it up a little bit, right under the 13 exponential. And then my support here, it's such a tight channel, you know. It's very, very tight. I never like to leave it this close, to be honest. 85, 90. I wouldn't mess with Tesla right now. There's not enough movement in it for me to fool around. But it is going up. He's right on the fact that it was a call on the VWAP. Okay, it's a good call, but I don't think there's much in it at the moment, and there's no news really on it. There's some news. I mean, you can look in here. This is Benzinga. The news in here, I think most of it is by Benzinga. Let me see. The contact created by Mark. Oh well, some is Market Watch. It's published in memory. I was going to say, who said that? Good Times. I'm just going to explain something to Good Times. I became a moderator because my alerts, which I don't do a lot anymore because so many other people are doing it, but my alerts were so credible. And how was my alert so credible? I'm going to show you. This is what you need to do in the morning. But this is a daytime scanner, all right? And I'll show you the difference in a second. Here we go. Let it generate. Highest to lowest, okay? This is the daytime scanner. I have it set from $1, and I can put this up to about $3.25 because we do options, all right? So $3.25, rescan. You might get a few more, not much. There's not much happening right now, all right? When it comes after hours, you use the same scanner for daytime. You want 4.0. When it gets really, really busy, if it was really busy, you can make this 55,000, see, on the thing. But right now it's not very busy, so I'm going to drop it down to 40. Sometimes in the morning I make it 35,000. So just to get me a few more stocks. All right, but 4, and always leave it at 10 bars. 5 minutes, I can say, well, what's happening in the last 2 minutes? If it doesn't open, do this and unclick it real quick, and the green button will come back up. There's your last few minutes. There's ALRN again, NNVC, and here it tells me I also put in here, I went down here, and I added a few things. I customized it, and I put in HTB and the RSI in there, and net change, all right, if it's not in there. So you can see, I know when stocks are easy to borrow, or they're not, and the RSI, all right? So I can take this here, and I can say, oh, well, it opened at 185, it's up about 20 cents. This one here, not really much happening. Here, this one's up $2. This is just a test. Forget about that one. I don't know why they put that in anyway. But if I want to see, so this is a daytime. After hours, I usually leave it on 5 minutes, all right? After hours, after 4 o'clock, you just click both buttons, and that's an after-hour scanner. So it's the same as the morning, it's the same as the daytime, but you check extension for extended hours, all right? And there's your after hours. Now, what does the morning look like? So I'll come back in here, and I'm gonna go in mine, and I'm gonna load personal, and let's see, where's my morning scanner? I should say MTS, DTS, daytime scanner, morning scan. Here's money bags. He gave me my first scanner. All right, I'm gonna take this now. I'm gonna detach it, and I'm gonna show you the morning scanner. All right, this one is just for the mornings, and you'll see it only has 1 in here, not 2. You leave this clicked. That's a morning scanner. It might bring up a bunch, but this is a morning scanner, not a daytime. Okay, that's from 70 cents. I don't want penny stocks in here, let's say. So I'll take that out and put $1. All right. And here I got maximum 250 is fine. 5 minutes, 30,000. Let's bring it up since we're really in daytime to 40,000. Hit my scan button, and there's less. And then it should bring up some that are good. And I can bring it either from highest percentage, which it is, or highest volume. All right, like that. So I can see there's my highest volume, AUR. AUR is a metal stock, I think. Innovation? No, maybe not. Maybe it was Aura. Okay. Look at that. Nothing else in the millions. Very, very low volume today. Maybe it's because of the feds. I don't know. But I usually go from high percentages. And that would be my morning scanner. So I have a morning scanner, daytime. Now, what I've done is if you go into my alert section, you'll see that I've given you, let me go grab it real quick. I've given you a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see, did I put it up there before? I don't know if I did. I thought I did. Hold on, step by step, most important. Maybe I didn't. All right, but it's in the alerts. There's one that says morning, daytime, and here's all my scanners and most of my charts. It's missing the new chart, all right, which I have the 2-in-1, but that's easy to make. So here's the scanners. They're free. There's a 6-in-1. There's my one big chart. Usually it's the same as this one here. It's the same as this one here, but you see up here, there's 2 boxes. Open this up. There's usually 1 box. You just make 2 boxes, and you got this whole chart here. All right, and then you just make this side the same as this side, and add in a stock, and you have the 2-in-1. So take the one big chart, which is, let's see, if I open up, there we go. Copy and get rid of this. This is my one big chart. All you do is take this, which is the same as I gave you above, and you take that, what I just put there, to your HTTPS, you copy that line, you go into the top of your page where it says setup, you click that, go down to open shared item, then you go into this thing here, open shared, you put that in there, so you would actually, let's say, control, I don't think it'll work. No, because I didn't copy it. That's the wrong thing. Forget that. You put that HTTPS in there, you preview it, then you import it, and then you go and you can do the rest of them if you want. And then later on, what you can do is you can go in and you can find them in your setup. All you do is open your setup button again, look at the very bottom, and you'll see it on the left side, depending on how many you have on the bottom. Under the word where it says delete workspace, it'll show all your charts, and they'll show you the new charts that you're putting in. Okay? And another day I'll go into everything else with the charts, the scanners, how to bring them up, where to find them. That's for a future lesson. Okay? Not that today isn't a good time, but it's almost 2 o'clock, and I'm probably going to get off at 2. Deck's probably going to get back on around that time. I'm not sure. Let's see, Deck. Consolidation till 2 Eastern now. That's what I told you. I told you it's all consolidation till now. I think Deck may be coming on at 3. I'm not sure, but if the Feds are coming on, then I don't. There's nothing for me to. The markets are just consolidating right now. There's really not much happening. That's why I've been throwing in so much less in right now. All right. You've got the contracts. Some of them might have changed a little, but I don't think much. Okay. If I look at the contracts that I gave you, let's just see some. I got to take this page and refresh it real quick. Okay. Oh, I lost you. Okay, I got you. And if I go back to the actual contracts that I gave you, let's see if anything's changed. Where the heck are they? Oh, here we go. That's with coin in there too. I don't usually give coin, but just since somebody brought it up, coin was the good mover actually. All right, there's your contracts again. Like I said, I don't think much has moved because we've seen mostly up and down. The only thing that might move is SPX. All the rest are probably the same. And even SPX itself, SPX, let's see real quick, 44.50 and 45. If I go into all products, SPX, let's see if it changed. And we want today's date. Is 44.45 and 44.50. Nothing has changed. All the contracts are the same. Okay? Anybody have any questions? It's 1:50 in the afternoon. Anybody have any questions whatsoever? We don't charge extra for questions. Nothing? Nobody? Nobody. There's the SPY going up a little. So if I just came in from the outside world, I could take this one. I can see it move down a little bit on this one. Let's see. So I would take this real quick, move it to right there. The reason I do this is because it gives me more of where my squeeze is, and I can see where my squeeze is actually coming from. I take this one and move it to the tippy top here. You know what's missing here? Anybody? Nobody noticed it. Where is on my SPY? You know what disappeared? Is my resistance is gone. So how do I get it back? I don't know where it went. I don't know how we lost it. I go in here. I'll take this to the top around there. So let's say about 330, 443.35. So there's that. That didn't go in. Okay. Edit. Show on the top, right? I don't know what happened to it, but it's gone. Don't panic. Just put another one in. That's all. You go looking. It's probably somewhere. Probably hit a wrong number and disappeared. 443. I remember I said it around 35, I think. We're going to find out on the right resistance. Say okay. All right, there it is. Perfect. So, and we're going to extend to the left. On this, I do. I keep them extended. All right. And the reason I do that is if I go back in time, I can see where I had that resistance before and where I might have had it in here. Hey, look, today when they went to that top there, somebody tested this thing. That's what they did. To see, they probably went half the amount of shares that are in there. They went up and down, like 50,000, 50,000, real quick. And they did it twice. They were testing. They're not mistakes. It wasn't a lot. You didn't need much at that time. But you can see we're talking about 443.79. We're not that far away. We're moving up slowly. Okay. We came back down because we were up there. We were up here at 443.92. So we went over that point. So if I spin back, watch where my mouse is. I'm above that point. So they achieved what they wanted to do. They brought it to that point. They knew how many it would take to get them there. And from there, it's been coming down slowly. See? Down, down, down. There's a couple of pushes now, but we're in all intensive purposes. In all intensive purposes, we're still down from where we were. So after 80 calls for coin, what does that mean? What do you mean after 80 calls for coin? What does that mean? I'm lost. You did 80 calls for coin? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Did you do 10, 10, 10, 10, 8 times? Did you do 40 and 40? What did you do? And we know before it was a good call. I told you it was. All right. If you need to type slower so you don't make mistakes. If I gets to 80, we go in calls. Oh, if it gets to 80. Okay. Now I understand. Hold on. I lost something here. Damn. Come on. Can't get my mouse in here. Where is this? I lost everything. Don't freak out. Go to auto. You get that back. In here, let's go back to coin for a second. So right there. So if it gets to 80, we go in calls. Again, let's bring that back. Auto. There you go. We're at 78. Why would you? I don't know. You know, I don't look at it that way. If it gets to 80, maybe that's where it comes back down. I don't know. My resistance is coming down right now. So you're looking at it that way, but we're still in this channel. See the channel right there, resistance? And here's my channel. So we went out of that channel, out, back to it, back to it, back to it. We got up, we got in this channel. Looks like we're coming back down, but we don't know yet. I don't know. It's not moving enough for me. I don't trust it, to be honest. I can activate this again. Let's say I will take this from to about there. Okay. There you go. Okay. So they're trying to push up from the bottom. They're trying to push down from the top. Where are we at? See, really, we were about to here, and that's when it started to go down from here. I would have to, at that point, let's see, activate. It would have been up to about there. And then from here, see what happened? He started to squeeze down. Now, that could change at any minute. Cancel my left, and I'm going to cancel my right. And this gives me an idea of direction. All right, let's move this a little bit more. Let's just activate that and put it right there. Boom. That's where one stops and the other one starts to descend. You see it? So let's go back to the 3 minutes. 3 minutes should be enough. We'll go to the 3 minutes. Let's bring it back. I don't know why Coin does this every time. I had it too. Come on. There we go. All right, we're on 3 minutes. And now you can see where coin was moving up slowly, gets to a point right there. It hits a high for this time, but not the high of the day was it? What was the high of the day? That is the high of the day. Let me check that out real quick. ALR coin, Opera coin, got it. Okay, puts us still down $1.06. No, we were 79.93. We're at 78, so we're down $1. So you could see when we hit there, right there, that was 79.93. We hit the high of the day right there, just short of 78. And that's why I tell people don't ever play breakouts. You have to wait till it breaks out over first, comes back, and then it's ready to go. And depending on where it goes in the breakout. So it hit that new high of day right there, and see what happened? It's been coming down slowly. It's pushing. The bulls are being pushed down by the bears right at this point, or they're just selling off. I think I'm just needy for trades, but I don't see anything. That's a bad thing to do, to especially overtrade. COC, let me ask you a question. How many trades have you done today? Be honest, because I haven't done any. How many trades? Please be honest. How many trades have you done today? The last thing you ever want to do is overtrade, number one. And I agree with you. I don't see anything I want to go in on. I don't. It is just too consolidated a market at this point to get yourself involved in something that it's a 50-50 chance if somebody's watching you do what you're doing and then it doesn't work out, you know? AMD's been coming down too. I took off my trend lines. You don't want to leave them overnight. They never go away. All right, closing that up. 159. What's with Deck? Does he coming back or not? Yeah, Zach Hopper wrote, I was very careful doing ODTAs on this guy's. Volume is so low, it might just keep grinding. I'm doing tomorrow EXP. So I said the same thing. There's nothing I would do. One to add close to the stop. We extend up 444.10. Candle close on the 1 minute and an open above next candle. I wonder what this guy looks like. Thank you, I'm going. Such a know-it-all. Anyway. Nothing. Awesome. This meeting at 2 p.m. should wake up these markets. Okay, we'll see. The deck's not coming in. Does anybody have the link for the Feds at all? Anybody have the link for the Feds? I need it if you got it. I'll put it on. Nobody? Anybody? Somebody? Huh. Okay, nobody has it. Wow, look at the all of a sudden, boom. See, at 2 o'clock, you're going to see the markets go a little crazy at this time. I'm telling you. All right, I'm going to take off all this stuff for coin because I'm not going to remove drawing. What do I have here? Just the one. Okay. It's not doing anything. Let me just see if Tesla's doing any nutty stuff. Nothing. Nothing yet. Nothing on Tesla. Just the spike's going a little crazy. Okay. Well, nobody has the meeting, huh? The Fed's meeting? What is the Fed? I don't care. don't see anything in there. Live. June 14th, nothing. Huh. June 14th, March. I don't see anything. I'm in the website now. I don't see anything for today. Videos. No, nothing. Home page. Nothing. All right, skip it. I don't see anything. See that? That's total manipulation. Up, down. No reason at all. I'm just not going to change it. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm going to take out my lines for coin. Like I said, although they're there forever if you don't. It's not even in here. Okay. Remove drawing. Remove drawing. Perfect. Also watching AMD on the top. Really nothing happening. Another one. It's just way below and nothing happening. I don't see anything happening today. I really don't. I think it's time to go for a walk outside and walk a mile and a half. Get my legs going again. I think with that, folks, I think I'll see you all tomorrow. I don't really see anything happening. There's nothing worth losing my money over at this point. So I think tomorrow is going to be the best bet on making myself crazy. Let me see something. Anything in the lobbies? Nope. That's why nobody else is live either. Just crazy people like me doing this job. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it a day. 17 people watching in choice to it. Short squeeze, stock set for spectacular gamma squeeze, AMC. Why do you always have to write it twice? Why isn't once enough? Huh? Once is enough. You don't have to double it every time. Pure Sand is the real trade. I don't know what the Pure Sand is. The real trade. Box. AMD. What's with AMD? AMC. And somebody else, Shalom. Somebody wrote in Hebrew. I'm looking in YouTube. What did they write? What did they write? Let's see what they wrote. They wrote good luck. Okay, let's go back in there. There you go. Copy. Okay. Okay. That's about it. I'm getting bored, folks. There's nothing going on. If we get to 80, by the way, is the correct English. And the question is, I don't think we will. Oh, the answer is I don't think we will. All right. Still back there. Activate that. Bring it back to the top there. Boom. $443. $443. Okay. Again, want to thank you all for your support today. I think I'm going to wrap it up. There you go. What happened here? Oh, shit. For those of you in YouTube that don't belong to Tradecaster, you can join. You'll get a free week. So, worth checking out. I checked it out 5 years ago, and I've been there ever since. I just get moved over like that. There you go. Down arrow. So I think I'm going to call it a day. There's not much happening, and they're all guesswork at this point. All the tools in the world is not going to make it easier to make that right call at this point. It's too much guesswork, and I'm not here to gamble my money away. So, with that, I'm going to say thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Any questions before I go? Anybody have anything they want to say? I overstayed my keep. Okay, 39, 35, 36, 44, 45, 46. Okay, I just want to see. It was about 10, 11 seconds. Not bad. I was really hoping the deck was going to get that new software ready. He said by the end of June. He never did. So, unfortunately, it was supposed to give us like Webinito. All right, that's it. All right, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Take care.
By 25 basis points at the June meeting. We don't know how many some is. We know it's less than many, and it's more than a few. The reason they wanted to hike was because they saw the labor market is tight, and they saw few clear signs that inflation was returning to the 2% target. We know it's less than however, the Fed would benefit from taking a little more time, seeing dealing with the high levels of uncertainty that were out there. Those uncertainties, including the we know it's less than many, and it's more than a few.
I can't get it to work properly. I cannot get it to work properly. Let's see. think I know why.
Already gotten as much tightening as they're going to get or easing in the housing market, and it was already had already bottomed out. We've seen that in some of the economic data. Some saw downside economic risks and upside risks to unemployment, so there is a dovish wing to the party there, to the FOMC. Real GDP was seen as resilient, but expected to slow. And there's a couple more here. Consumer spending was stronger than expected. A few people were worried, though, in the committee that consumers are facing increasingly tighter budget constraints, including from less savings. The labor market was seen as very tight, but payrolls were expected to slow. Finally, tighter credit conditions from the banks were likely to weigh on economic activity. And in fact, the staff is still forecasting, that's the Fed staff, still forecasting a mild recession in the second half because of those tighter credit conditions. But in general, they see the effects as uncertain. And some even said, you know what? It ain't coming.
If they do come, it'll bring the SPY down. All right, so you heard it.
You know 85%
That's
of the
it.
time.
Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You all have a great rest of your day. If you remember, for those of you that are still here, that I said before that we'll probably see the SPY back to 442 by the end of the day. Well, look at it coming down. So it just dropped from 443.50 all the way down to a touch of 442.54. So you can see I'm not that far off, and the reason I got that was from the beginning of the day where it was 441.88. So that's why I said around there on the top, 441.98 would bring you at 442. And I think it was a good call. I should have put it in. I was going to stick it in before. If you look now, I told you about 442.25 was my original call. I said 442 at the end of the day. So if you can see what I'm talking about now, let's see, we put this in here and 442, let's see, right there. Let's extend this to the left. Watch this. Edit it. Make it green. Squiggly line. We're going to call this lower target on the right. There you go. Right there. There's your lower target right there. Just thought I'd put that in there. All right. Bye. Bingo, there's the hit. Here it comes.